Saturday started here. Yeah, thank y'all again for everybody that's watching and subscribing and all, man. Appreciate that. Like I've said before, we watched a bunch of other people's YouTube videos, and it's been inspiring and helpful and all that there. So I just wanted to kind of throw our 2 cents in and just kind of be a part of that world. It's cool to look on there and see other people that are, you know, doing the same things, and even though it's a little bit different areas and all, but hear other people's side of it, you know. So got 11. We did not end up doing that one left on the list on our road last night. I realized that on the way home we also needed to go ahead and stop and fill the truck up in the mowers and everything, because where we were starting this morning, we'd have run out of diesel by the time we got to the station. So we went ahead and got all that took care of. So we'll just do it later on this evening. But yeah, so we got 11 plus a quote as of right now. So today, one thing I wanted to bring up for y'all that are kind of not really full time, you know, you're just kind of doing it like we're doing it, you know, you part-timing it. Well, what was the reason behind why you started it? You know, for us, that's one thing I've been talking to Cody about the last week or two. You know, when we first started and kicked this off, we had some ideas and thoughts, but things change a little bit. Ideas, you know, what we kind of thought is kind of going to seem to be a little bit harder. You know, I know one thing for certain that has not changed for me was I never started this for the intent of creating a business so I can sit on a lawnmower 5 days, 6 days a week, you know, until I retire. That was never my goal. It was always, if it, you know, gets big enough to where we could hire employees and then kind of manage, and I'm not saying completely get out of the field, but the majority of it was the goal, you know, get out of it. That was kind of definitely where I was aiming to take it. That's about the same for you, or?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mean that like I don't want to sound like I'm lazy and don't want to work. I just mean I wanted to build something up to where we could have employees and run and manage and put people in place to kind of handle it, and it be a money-making, profitable system. And that's going to be a lot harder than I probably initially realized. But year 3 here finds us at, you know, I don't know, 40, probably 44, 45 every 2 week customers, and then 3 or 4 once a month. And it still growing a little. You know, y'all, we've always picked up and dropped throughout the year, every month, for whatever reason, multiple reasons. So, but I just don't know now. I'm kind of torn a little bit now between what makes the most sense for us. We're limited on time. We could handle a few more, depending on the size and location. But at the same time, I don't want to. Well, if we grow like we did this year, next year, we won't be able to. So that worries me. There came a point in the spring where if we would have landed everything we had out there, quoted and stuff, at least for a week or two, right, we would have been, we'd have had probably 12 straight days of work. I mean, that's not a huge deal to y'all that are doing, you know what I mean, like I get it. But for some part-timers, you know, that was getting a little bit stressful with kind of figuring out, like I done had it worked out to where I could take off 3 or 4 days and try to make it work. We have access to some help. They haven't been with us lately. We really just hadn't needed them. we decided that we were just going to hold on to this thing definitely for this year, as far as us kind of doing it, but using help when we needed, and we have. But I mean, these past few weeks we haven't really needed anybody. And Eli, you know, he's done got his license and everything, I'm sure now, but we haven't really heard from him much. I know we reached out one time a few weeks ago, and he wasn't able to work the full day on that Friday that we were kind of wanting him. And since then, we just hadn't really talked to him. But you know, I kind of thought that was going to be a little bit of a stretch for a 16-year-old that was about to get his license the first summer. Him wanting to work, you know, Friday and Saturday when he's off all week, you know. Kind of thought he might want to do some other stuff on Friday and Saturday. But I think that's kind of maybe just what happened there. I know he's a great worker, man. We really enjoyed having him. All our people, I mean, all the guys we've had have been good. But he'd been in it. He had done it, you know. He's doing it for himself a little bit too, making some extra money. But anyways, why did y'all start this, man? You know, if you never, I don't know, did you just start it to make some extra money and it grew bigger? I don't know. I feel like we're past the point of startup, and we need to get into that phase of, we really need to decide what we're doing here. I mean, we're not making enough to make a living 12 months out of the year for me and Cody and the business to be profitable. If we both didn't have jobs and we could spend 5 or 6 days a week working on this, going out, trying to sell, do other things, I think we could. I think it'd be a struggle for a year or two, but I think we could. But this weekend, you know, we're gonna do like $3,200. And I mean, that's good money. But I'm kind of torn between what we do. Well, where do we go from here? So I'm curious to know, for those of y'all who, you know, don't do it full time, was it your goal to start it to go full time? Was it your goal to go as big as you possibly could, or what? What did you do it for? It just seems like we're so much faster than we used to be. I don't know. But it's weird at the same time, because I sit here and look at the money versus the time, and you know, it's some of them are, some of them ain't. So I don't know. Well, we left at 6:30, but anyways. Yeah, three and a quote. So, no, I'm sorry, 4 and a quote. 4 and a quote. I forgot. We did not write that yard from last night. So, but yeah, y'all. Talking about what I was saying a minute ago about, you know, what you're doing, why you started the business, or whatever it is. You know, what did you really do it for? I mean, yeah, it was money. It was more, I mean, yeah, money, all right, probably number one. But for me, it was a lot more just, you know, learning how a business operates, learning about money, kind of learning the behind the scenes thing of not just being a worker and getting a paycheck, you know, which is kind of a lot of what I helped my stepdad with. But I don't do it all. You know what I mean? I don't know all the numbers well, I do, but I don't, you know, get to make all the decisions. And not to say that I do here either, because Cody's got just as much of a decision making as I do, but I do, you know, it sucks to be at work when you sit there and know this is the right thing you need to do, but they don't let you do it that way, you know what I mean? And that is one of one of my top 3 favorite things about running your own show here is you're your own boss. Yeah, you're working for everybody else, but at the same time, if the money ain't right, if they don't want to pay for it, if you just don't like the deal, there ain't nothing tying you to it. So, I mean, you can make it fit for you. But for us as a business to try to figure out what we need to do and where we need to go from here, you know, I'm not real sure what that looks like right now. There's a couple options, a couple things. I really don't know. You just want to go to Jack's, or you want something different?
Well, I like Jack's.
That's fine, man. We're gonna eat lunch today, y'all.
It's too hot out here.
Real good weekend though, man. What was it, like $3,200, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'll add it up here in a little bit again. I know it was 2,090 yesterday, so pretty good weekend.